Hey guys, I hope you're all doing well. I just wanted to give you an update. I'm doing pretty good. I'm still healing from pneumonia and I'm getting around better. Um, I'm really enjoying the prayer room that my husband made. And I'm telling you, yesterday, I guess when I overdo it, when you have pneumonia or any problem with your lungs and you overdo it, you kind of have a setback. And well, there's me. I'm always overdoing it a little bit, but okay, sometimes a lot. So I had a little setback, and I went in that prayer room with my last breath and came out stronger. I don't know. I guess that's what I go to, and that's why I stress, relationship, over religion, relationship with our Father, our Creator. I will be giving a webinar tomorrow at 3 o'clock on to try and give you guys some background. Now, this is people who don't really have any kind of knowledge, for people who don't have any knowledge or information, or people who just want to know more knowledge and information about, like, what's going on in the world, politically. What does the Bible say about what's going on? Where do things like the coronavirus come from? And we have to know who our enemy is. So in order to know who your enemy is, you can't, in order to have a proper response to what's going on in the world today, you have to know who your enemy is. And so, hi Amy, thanks for coming in. You have to know who your enemy is, and please, I'm gonna put the information below and about the webinar tomorrow at 3 o'clock. Because there's information that I want to share with you on the screen so that you can actually read it and see it for yourself. So I'm doing a series on what in the world is going on. So the first part is tomorrow, and it's called Know Your Enemy. So we're going to get to, maybe it'll be 3 parts, I don't know. And so it'll be 3 parts, but you have to know who your enemy is. We have to understand what's going on politically, what's going on religiously, and what are the things and what are the steps to take that we can do to defend and protect ourselves, to defend and protect our assets. Because they're definitely under scrutiny, and they're definitely going to try and take everything that we have. Some people predict that after Easter, a lot of things are going to be different, and that the world is never going to be the same again. I can tell you what I know, and encourage you to keep on studying for yourself. But it would be wise to gather information from people that you trust and pray for guidance and direction. So that's all I'm saying is that's what we're doing over here in Washington. I know I was spared from the coronavirus, and I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful that God, Allah, Yahuwah, however and whoever you call him, healed me from the coronavirus in just 6 days. I was in and out of the hospital. But I had double pneumonia too, which is what I'm still healing from, pneumonia in my left lung. And I take this antibiotic. I don't know if I have it out here, but it's called oil of oregano. And I put about 2 dropperfuls in a canning jar. And I've been sipping on this. Even since I've been home from the hospital, I felt like fluid was building up in my right lung. So when the doctor told me they weren't going to give me any more antibiotics, I go back to my natural remedies. So I take vitamin C, about 6,000 milligrams. Hey, Rejoice. Amazing sister friend mine. So I take that antibiotic again, and I take whatever amount I could stand. It's very strong. Oil of oregano also comes in a pill form, and I still think that may be one of the reasons why I didn't die. Because a week before I went and was diagnosed with COVID, I was already taking oil of oregano. Let me go get the bottle so I can show you. Oil of oregano is the antibacterial, antiviral, and the antifungus. There's a list of things I'm going to recommend that you keep in your home. Start ordering them online. Let's see it here. Well, one of them is peppermint oil. Peppermint oil is very good too to keep your respiratory system open. I keep essential oils. This one is called the Health Protector. Now, I don't actually take this one because it has cinnamon in it, and I don't handle cinnamon well. But get a box of essential oil. Lemongrass has really been calming down my lungs when I feel like they're acting up again. I'll put some in some tea. But I guess I gotta go find the oil of oregano. But I thought I had one in here, but I don't. Wait a minute, I'm gonna get it. Sometimes seeing is believing. Okay, so you want to order vitamin C. You can take up to 10,000 milligrams of vitamin C a day. And the only reason why I know is because I have allergies and I used to get hives. And so this is my oil of oregano. Oh, let me go back in the other room. So you want to keep oil of oregano. It's antibacterial, antifungal, and antiviral. And like I was saying, I think that's the reason why I'm still here. Okay, not the reason. One of the reasons, because I give all praise to Allah. Okay, so here we go. Oil of oregano, you see that? Keep that in your cabinet. You see that? Keep that in your cabinet. Keep that in your cabinet. It comes in, it's very strong. Sometimes when I make spaghetti, I put a couple of drops in it too. Oh man, there's nothing like this stuff. Soups, put it in there too. And also you want to keep activated charcoal. Now where's my activated charcoal? Hold on. Let me show you the one I have in the kitchen. But you can also buy it in capsules. It actually is something that draws poison out of your system. So if you're sick, it draws. If you have bad gas, if you have a stomach ache, you can put a little charcoal. And trying to cook dinner, and I'm giving myself a couple of hours because I don't want to. Where's that activated charcoal? Okay, here it is. Now they sell this at grocery outlet. I've seen it for a few months now. Okay, and I paid $9.99 for this bag. Let me see if you can see it. That's Anthony's activated charcoal, and it's black, which is why I have it in this bag. It can be very messy, and that's why some people buy it in the pill form. So let me put that back. But you want to get that activated charcoal. It's good for a lot of things, but primarily it draws poisons out of your system. So sometimes if I eat something that tastes a little funny, I've been somewhere, I don't trust people, I come home and I take that activated charcoal. If you take it too much, it can actually make you constipated, so be careful with that. Just put it in some water or juice and mix it up. It tastes like charcoal, not like charcoal from, hold on a minute. It tastes like charcoal. Probably, I've never really tasted charcoal, but if you ever had charcoal on your hands from cooking outside in the yard, then you'll know probably a little bit if you ever tasted it by yourself. You want to keep this in your house, okay? These are your survival tools for anything that they throw against you. Now, when the virus still first was, before it even came out, I already had, well, when it first came out, I had ordered some N95 masks. And those are the masks. And some of them have the little wheel so you can actually get oxygen. I haven't gotten those yet. So I have some masks that I keep in my cabinet so everybody else running around looking for masks. I already had these from Harbor Freight. I got about 8 left. And I just checked up my N95 mask. And I like these because they're rounded. And you can breathe. All we know what is here, but I believe that we're in the time of Revelation, and this is one of the plagues that's come upon us, and we don't know what is coming again. It's even been predicted that this is going to die down and possibly come back in a few years. So we have to protect ourselves. Whenever you feel anything coming on, take that oil of oregano. Like here it is again, saying it for people who are just looking. My cousin, hi Shelly. oil of oregano. And I think I was just talking to my god sister. She's from Connecticut. I put it in a canning jar with 2 dropperfuls, and it's an antiviral. And it's a virus, so antiviral means a virus, so it helps you against that. Bacteria, which can be in meat and the foods that we eat, and antifungal. So if you have any fungus or anything like that, you can put it in your water. Soak your feet if you have foot fungus, or I don't know, in any other place that fungus might grow on your body, maybe in your hair or in your mouth. And when I came home from the hospital, I had a yeast infection in my mouth. I was on 3 different antibiotics, and so I had made just a swallow, a separate container in a smaller jar that I can just gargle and just in my throat and in my mouth, and that was gone within 2 days. So I keep a doctor, but I also keep a naturopath. And when I get a naturopath, a lot of times some of the supplements they recommend are really expensive. And so I will look at it or look it up what they want to give me and get the main ingredients. And then I'll buy the main ingredients. Like one product I was taking that they gave me a couple years ago was $60 a month. No, it was only for 20 days. It was called Mediclear. It worked really good. It was for my stomach and because was having digestive issues. And I looked up the main ingredient, which was L-glutamine. And so now I buy L-glutamine, one bottle for about $5 or $6, and it lasts me for 3 months. You understand? So I take a lot of vitamins, and people always ask me, what do I put on my skin? I said, it's not about what you put on your skin. I don't put anything on my skin, and I'm 57. It's about what I put inside my body. I eat as healthy as I can, and I eat a lot of plant-based foods. And like I said, I think that's why I'm still here. I was talking to my god sister and my godmother, them good old Mitchells back there from Connecticut. And I'm actually named after Vivian Mitchell, so she's my godmother. And I was talking to her daughter, and I was thinking, she was telling me all the people that I knew in Waterbury that were hit really hard by the virus and gone a couple of days later. We live in a world where there's so many poisons and toxins in our food, in the air you breathe from car and pollution, that we should always have these things at home anyway. So we have to be taking care of our body and taking care of ourselves. There's please forgive me, I'm still experiencing forgetfulness from I think it might be one of the side effects from that medication. Oh, it's called Fork and Knives, and it's on Netflix. If you have a chance, watch that. Forks and Knives, it talks about the food industry, and some of the ways that you can eliminate major diseases like cancer, diabetes, and heart disease and stuff like that just from watching what you eat. So it's called Forks and Knives. It might be on YouTube. Has anybody seen it? Thank you. So it's on Netflix and it might be on YouTube too. So watch that. And again, like I said, go online. Don't try and go to the store locally. You're going to save a lot of money by buying supplements online. I also take omega-3s. I take this every day. Now, I have ordered this flaxseed oil because it has omega-6s. But when I take omega-6s, I don't feel good. I don't feel good when I eat flaxseed. So I found out that I can get omega-6s from sunflower seed oil. So our body doesn't produce it, but we need it. So, and this is fish oil. So you need a combination of fish oil and flaxseed oil every day. And this is really good. It's even used for depression. But I don't know what I noticed the difference when I first started taking it, but it says that it helps support a healthy heart. So these things are preventative, and I take them every day, like I said. Maybe that attributed to the fact why I am still here, along with all the wonderful prayers of my friends. And, because when they told me I had pneumonia and my whole right lung was congested, I was still breathing, like maybe not all the way in like this. maybe just like halfway. And so I had a surprising, oh, this is for blood sugar. So you take this to manage your blood sugar. This is about $5. Gemma Silvestra. Okay, so I've take at least, this is what I take this for diabetes, keep my sugar low. My sugar runs about 150, 110. And this is also inositol, that's also for blood sugar. And these are all about $5. Now, when I first got diagnosed with as a diabetic in like 2014, my father has it, and it said that if you have a father or a male parent that has it, then you're more likely to get it. And so I got it. I eat healthy, and I was shocked, you know. This is taurine. I'm going to just tell you to look this up. I just take this because I looked it up one day. I came across it by accident. And your body stops producing it after a certain age. But I'm going to let you look that up yourself, because when I read about how, I've been taking that for about 5 years, 500 milligrams. Again, about $5. I spend about $30 a month on supplements, and here is the other one, chromium. So I started just taking this chromium for my sugar, but it wasn't enough. It wasn't working enough by itself. And the reason why is because glyburide, I think there's another metformin, I want to say, and one more that they tried me on. And I want to say that I was allergic to it, but it's not. If you read the paper that comes with the drug, the symptoms of those diabetes medicines are exactly the same as your symptoms that you get. So why in the world would you take that? Okay? Another thing, when you get medicine, I'm going to tell you to look on the package, the paper that comes in the package. It always says may cause death. Why in the world would you want to take something that may cause death? You know, they say, the Bible says the devil comes to steal, kill, and destroy. Don't help him out. Don't be stupid. You know, and so if I spend about $30 a month, it's because these are running out at different times. So I take DHEA. I can't remember what that's for. I forgot, but you guys can look it up. I take that every day. Take iron. There. I'm just trying to show you the most important stuff here. Okay, this is apple cider vinegar tablets. Now, apple cider vinegar tablets, I use them when I eat, and I stopped. I got off of Nexium. I had heartburn. I had not heartburn so bad, even when I didn't eat food, I would get heartburn. You know, and so I learned that you can put apple cider vinegar in water. The first time I tried it, I tried regular vinegar. Don't do that. It will burn the heck out of your esophagus. Okay, so take apple cider vinegar tablets. I found out that you could buy them in tablet form, and I carry them in my pocketbook. If you're going to eat something, like if I eat fruit and vegetables together, that's something you're not supposed to do. It'll cause heartburn. So if I'm going to do that, like I make a green smoothie and I put fruit in it, I take this. Apple cider vinegar also has so many health benefits that I can't remember them, but you all probably know about that already. I take this blue, this is called Kalawala. I can't know if I Kalawala. This is my substitute for prednisone. It took me 2 years to find a substitute for prednisone. This is a substitute for prednisone. So it modulates your autoimmune system. So you have to have this if you have any autoimmune problems. Okay, I'm leaving this up here a long time. You might want to write it down. If you know anybody that has any autoimmune problems, listen. Right now we have access to these things. But when you know who your enemy is and they think that they got you, you come home and you got your own secret. You know what I'm saying? You got your own secret closet of stuff. I also keep 5-HTTP. I brought this for anxiety because when they gave me that medicine from the hospital, I was having a lot of anxiety. It didn't work. I don't know. But this is Deflect, and this is the last one. Now I take this when I eat. I have type O blood. So this Deflect is actually, it's called a lectin blockers, and lectins are chemicals that are found in plant food. And lectins are protectors of a plant so that they don't get eaten by bugs and, etc. So when we eat the plant, some of plant food, some people have a hard time digesting the lectins, and then it causes you stomach problems. You might get hives and everything like that. So when I eat things that I think might bother me, I don't take them every meal. But this one, where did that go? Okay, this one cost about $30. That last one I just had. This cost $30. All right. No, all cost 45 altogether with shipping and handling. It's 120, and it lasts me for about a month. But you know what I did? I looked up the ingredients and I ordered them. Okay. I ordered all of the ingredients in bulk or loose, and then I already had a capsule making machine. And I would say that I've been making my own for like 4 months now, and I probably still have enough. It'll probably last me for a year. And I probably spent maybe about $40 on everything. I believe that it even has it has N-acetyl diclosamine, bladder wax, seaweed, whole part, larch, something else I can't pronounce, but I'll let you look. And so for instance, like I don't eat bread, and I don't eat cheese. And I remember the first time I wanted pizza, I said, well, let me try and take this first. And I ate pizza and I did not get sick. Okay. And so this is what I said, well, I eat it when I think that there's something that has lectins that is going to make me sick. So now I said to God, I said, okay, did you heal me, or did these things keep me from dying from COVID? And it's like the answer that I got was, it is you listening to your spirit. It is you listening to your intuition. It is you listening to me from day all the time that had me, use these supplements. So whether it's the supplements or whether it's the power of prayer, whether it's just based on relationship alone, staying close to Yah, to the Father, you have into an intuitive voice. Like in the church, they call it the Holy Spirit. And then they tell you that everybody can't have it, right? I don't believe that. I don't believe that you have to go pray and tarry for the Holy Ghost. I don't believe that. I believe that when a baby is born and they slap the butt and they take in their first breath, that they're getting the Spirit of God. All right? And I can pretty much prove that in Scripture, because the Bible says that the breath and the Spirit are one, but you have to look up the word breath and look up the word spirit and then go to a Hebrew and Greek concordance and look up every instance of it. And you will see that breath and spirit are the same thing. I didn't mean to talk this much. I just really wanted to tell you guys that, about tomorrow's webinar. So that I'm giving Know Your Enemy. And I'm telling you some of these things because I want you to know that you have to have, I learned that I needed to have a holistic perspective on life. And that means that you borrow information and you seek information from nature, from holistic healers, from medical doctors, from religion, not necessarily taking every answer that you get from one source as the absolute 100% truth or the best thing for you to do, So, and this is why you need to be prayerful, careful, and listen to your intuition. Because and it'll lead you and guide you into what is the best for you. Even when I was on my way to the hospital, and I was asking which hospital should I go to, and I don't want to say praying, but I do. You would say praying. I say asking. I was asking Spirit, which hospital should I go to, because I've been to the one in my city before, and I wanted to make sure that I went to the right hospital that can help me with the COVID virus. And so I was told to go to the hospital out of town. I went to the hospital out of town. I had my husband drive me there. And so I had my husband drive me to St. Francis. And after I was there for 2 days, they actually got that anti-malarial drug in from China. And they said that they were going to put me on it. Now, I already had pneumonia, like I said. But I was weak at that point. I couldn't respond, and that was I guess, after I'm thinking about it, when I got home, I'm like, they could have done anything to me there. I was powerless. I didn't have any energy. So right now my energy level is on an 8 maybe, and normally it's like on a 10, you know. But when I was in the hospital, when they told me they were going to put me on that anti-malarial drug, my energy was like a 3, 2 maybe even, because I couldn't respond. I can hear, I understood what they were saying. But what if I wanted to say no? I couldn't even say no. So, anyways, I'm just really grateful to be here. Honestly, it was just occurred to me that when I got home, I asked my husband, like, I felt like he was looking at me different, and my consort, and I said, and did you think I was going to die? We're laying in the bed, and I said, so, and he said, yeah, you know, and so I had already thought, well, maybe somebody was telling him to stay away from me so he wouldn't catch it, but when I came home, I felt like every time when I stepped toward him, he would step back, you know. And I'm like, what's going on? And then after the second day, I thought maybe I was imagining it. But after the second day, I knew that there was something in him that had become afraid of me. And so I didn't address it right then and there. I waited, and we were laying in the bed, and I said, it came to me to ask him, did he think I was going to die? You see, because he doesn't have a relationship with God like I do. He's been learning through me, and so he said, yeah, you know, and I've been in the hospital about 5 years ago. I had an infection along my spinal cord. And he said, to be honest, I didn't think you were going to come back then either. And neither did I both times. You see what I'm saying? But I know that any problem that I have, that God is bigger than that. And even when I'm in my weakest state, I know that God is bigger than that. And so, like I said on my first video, when I was in the hospital, that I was diagnosed with the coronavirus, don't panic and don't fear over the little c, because the big C. You know. So anyway, if you just joined in later, come back and watch this whole video again. Thank you, Chloe. Watch this whole video and share it with your friends, because I showed you these products that you can keep at home. Taurine, okay, everybody should be taking that if you're over 40, 50. Maybe I have my finger in the way. Okay. Oil of oregano, which is what's here in this canning jar. It's an antibacterial, antiviral, and antifungus. And I was already taking that when I first got a head cold. A week later, they told me I had pneumonia. A week later, I was in the hospital diagnosed with COVID. Since I've been home, I've been taking this too because my antibiotics ran out. And so I said, well, let me go back to that. So that's been helping me a lot whenever I feel congested or I feel pressure on my chest. I've been sipping it now. Like, I was taking it every 4 hours, and then I would have moments in those 4 hours where I would feel really weak. I would feel from talking too much, like I always do. I'm a very quiet person, but when I have something to say, I go for it. Vitamin C, I was taking this 6,000 milligrams a day. Now, you can order vitamin C, right? You could take Emergen-C. But if you are concerned about your blood sugar, don't take Emergen-C because it is filled with sugar. Buy the tablets. All of these things I'm showing you cost about $5. Fish oil, okay, this is omega-3s, but we are finding out that we need omega-6s too. You can take flaxseed oil. If you can't take flaxseed, look up sunflower seeds. You can have that. That has it. This is Kalawala. This is an autoimmune modulator. So your autoimmune system is what fights disease in your body. Okay? So this will modulate or regulate it, which is why they give you prednisone. After I was on prednisone and got off of prednisone so many years ago, because I knew it wasn't good for me, I started researching, and it took me a couple of years to find this. I had actually given up, but I went back in for another search. So if you have any autoimmune system diseases, allergies or something, take this right away. When I first started taking it, I would take 2 and I would fall asleep. Boy, I needed that too, but I don't fall asleep anymore. So I know it was working. And you want to have charcoal. I got a big bag of the powder. This absorbs poisons out of your system. If you get food poisoning from a restaurant and you go to the hospital, this is what they use: activated charcoal. One tablet can rid like a pond of over 2,000 feet of debris. And this is what it is. It's black, you see. If you get boils or any type of skin lesion, you open up this charcoal tablet, or the charcoal powder, you put it in some water, and you mix it with flaxseed meal, and that makes it like a paste. The flaxseed meal somehow turns into like a gel. Okay, and then you can put it on a gauze pad and put it on your boil. It draws poisons right out of the area on your skin if you got a snake bite or anything. I'm just saying these are emergency things that you should keep at home. Peppermint oil. I have a lemon oil around here too somewhere, so I've been putting this in my tea. When I stressed or I do too much and I feel it in my chest or in my lungs, I can feel it just calming down, just relaxing. It's like it's taking over. The first time I did it, I thought I was dying. Oh my goodness, am I okay? It just, just calmed me down so much, I know you guys don't know how silly I am, but you'll find out. But this also is iron. I take that because I actually have low iron. So I take 18 milligrams. I don't take a too high of a milligram because it can make you constipated as well, and so can charcoal. So if you have bad gas and you got a really bad stomach ache, charcoal is good for that too. Okay, if you feel like you got a bad food or something that you ate was bad for you, take the charcoal. So I came here originally to tell you tomorrow I'm going to be doing a webinar at 3 o'clock called Know Your Enemy. It's going to be part of a series entitled What in the World is Going On? So I want you to know, if you don't know, from a political, religious, and I forgot the third one. Just I don't know. Let's just say from a political standpoint and from a biblical standpoint. Oh yeah, and so the third point and the ending part of that seminar is going to be, or webinar is going to be on, some of the things that you can do and that we can do. And the whole point of this whole series is how to look out for what is going on in the world today, how to prepare your family for it, and what you can do to stay safe. God has shown me so much. God, Yah, Allah. I was hung up in the name of God for a long time, and I still am in my private prayers. But God is how we mostly say it. The name of the Father is such a big debates about that. But He knows we're talking to Him, so anyhow, you have to know who your enemy is if you want to fight. You can fight randomly, like you don't know if you're going to win or not. But you have to know your enemy. Okay, so this is what I want to start teaching. When I asked the Holy Spirit, why me? Like when I was in the hospital or when I came home, I didn't know anybody that had caught the virus or anybody that I knew in my circle of friends and family that had it. And so the next day, I was told, because you're going to tell the truth. And because I study so many different things, I study politics, I study religion, I became a Moor, I study history and everything. I don't keep my mind, in one thing. Like if you're in a religion that tells you don't read any books outside of the religion, well, I'm going to get kicked out because I'm going to read books outside of the religion. I study a lot of different things, holistic health. So that's how I started the Personal Freedom Center. My 5 core pathways are spiritual, emotional, religious, physical, and financial freedom. And stay with me tomorrow if you're available at 3 o'clock. If not, I don't want to do it here. I don't want to do it here for, number one, my niece posted one of my videos and Facebook took it down and said it was fake news that I recovered from the COVID virus, because they want us to stay scared. They want people to stay scared. why would they say that's fake news? You know? So now I know why people send things through Messenger, but the things that I have to share with you, I probably would lose my Facebook page. I'm not trying to lose my Facebook page. So it'll be a webinar. Plus, I want to show you documents of what I'm saying so you can see it for yourself. And you know that that well, I don't want to say you know it's true, but it's the beginning for you to start finding your own truth on that topic, you know. So I never take the word of one resource. I just read and study, and then I like to get it validated because even the Bible says in the mouth of two witnesses, the thing is true. So if you hear something, you know, keep it, you know, something that you're interested in, and then keep on looking for another validation. You know, like I said, if the Bible is true, we should be able to validate it in nature. You know, if you can validate your beliefs in another area of life like science, mathematics, etc., history, you know, then you can more start to go. I mean, you can more feel more confident in it, you know. Um, and the religions that we were taught when we were kids, you know. So I call that the box of conditioning. So when you start going on your own quest for truth, you have to be brave enough to step outside of the box of your conditioning. And if you don't have that, right, you know, you're not going to ever do anything but believe what people tell you, you know. And I call that spoon fed, you know, spoon fed lifestyle, spoon fed religion. Um, but you have to speedily catch up now because things are going to start happening on a more rapid pace. And I can be calm about it because I've seen it come in. I've prepared as much as I possibly can for it myself and my household and those who will listen, you know. So I'll be sharing these things with you. Like, I want you to know the important things too. So, like tomorrow when I talk about know your enemy, I'll hopefully have some tips of things that you can do now, like I did today. Watch this video again. Watch the supplements that you should keep in your house. I do believe that oil of oregano is what kept me from dying because my god sister was telling me about some people from my hometown, Connecticut, mother and daughter that died within 2 days apart from each other. You know, and that's really sad. As a matter of fact, I had survivor's guilt last week for a couple of days when I started realizing how many people were actually passing away from the virus. Now, I also want to say that on a grander scale, the amount of people that actually had the virus to the number of people that actually died from the virus is about 5 to 6%, you know, of people. But the problem is, like, I know I've even said it before, it's like people die from the flu, at least 26,000 people a year. But the flu doesn't come in a great big wind at one time, you know, and take captive or take people lives, you know, like the coronavirus. It's coming in one big wave, you know, and it's attacking people, and some people are not able to survive it. And if you saw that video, the nurse, a black nurse, was crying, you know, about people coming into the hospital and 2 days later leaving in a body bag. It's just, you know. Yesterday, I just had, I was home by myself for the first time, and I just had so much gratitude, you know. Because my husband didn't really expect for me to come home alive. You know, we were, he's been really impacted by it. You know, he's been praying, you know, he's been reading the Bible, and he made a prayer room for us. And so we've been going in there, and it's, it's been such a powerful, powerful, um, I mean, it's just been such a powerful thing for us right now. I feel this whole house is just filled with the spirit of, like the first time I ever got saved when I was a kid, and you feel like, you know, you're floating on a cloud in God's glory and stuff like that. But um, the Bible says for us to come out of Babylon, you know, and so we have to know who your enemy is because he's here, he's right in your face, and you don't even know. You have to know what to look for. And so I'm save the rest of my energy for that tomorrow. And tell your friends about it. I'm going to post the link in a little while to the webinar, the phone number, or whatever. So remember that you'll be able to see the documents and you'll be able to write things down. And it's a 3-part series, hopefully. And Know Your Enemy is the topic of tomorrow's. If you have any questions, oh, I'm sorry, yeah, Pacific time zone. Yeah, thanks for that question. Does anybody else have any questions? Okay, when you go to the store, spend the extra $10, $20 on just stuff you don't normally buy that you might want. Like I bought a bag of raisins, the other day. Just start taking some extra money if you can and buying some extra food. I bought some heirloom seeds. Now, if you don't have heirloom seeds and you don't have time to get heirloom seeds, buy seeds from the store. But these people, the powers that be, genetically modified seeds so that they only grow one time. So if you save, like say if you buy a cucumber seed, a pack from the store, a tomato, and you save the seeds, it's not going to grow more than 1 year. Some people say they don't grow at all. But if you buy heirloom seeds and start watching videos on gardening, start dehydrating food, start making a safety net for your children and for your family. There's so much more I want to say, but I'm gonna wait till tomorrow. And just little things here and there to have a little bit of a backup because there is going to be a transition coming in the monetary system very soon. And during that transition, while people who haven't figured it out yet are trying to do what they need to do, when you get that surplus check, put it to good use. Put that surplus check to good use. Okay. Um, yeah, put that surplus check to good use. Don't spend it all if you don't want to, but buy, I wouldn't say buy canned goods, but if you do buy canned goods, make sure that the cans are BPA free. Buy dry products. If you have a grill, get a few bags of charcoal in case you have to cook outside if you don't have any electricity or energy. Prepare for the worst, but hope for the best. That's my motto that I live by. Get those natural supplements if you can. Buy one at a time if you have to. But if you had to get the most important one, I would say get oil of oregano and peppermint oil. No, oil of oregano and charcoal. If you have any respiratory issues, I would say keep peppermint. I keep peppermint all the time. So that's all I got for you today. If you have any questions, inbox me. Webinar tomorrow. You don't want to miss it. And I'm grateful for you just coming on today and listening. And I hope that you all are well. If you're going outside without mask and gloves, I can tell you that the COVID virus is real. I had it. I lost, by the time I was in the hospital, before they put me on the anti-malarial drugs, I couldn't even respond, you know. But I know I have a lot of people praying for me. I have a praying family. I have a lot of people praying for me, and I know God, So it's real. It takes away all your energy. This is a joke I told my kids. I told them that my COVID joke is like when you have before the coronavirus, if you think I have to go to the bathroom, you get up and you go, But after the first day, maybe you think I have to go to the bathroom, and you're already going on the way to the bathroom. But by the third day, you're not even having a choice. You're going from the back and the front, and it's just happening. You don't have a choice. And so this thing is real. It actually drains your life forces. You can't even say you're tired. You just don't, your life force, you could just feel it draining out of your body. And so it's just like I said, if I was to die in that moment, I wouldn't even mentally or physically be affected by it because I didn't have the energy to care. I'd be saying something in my mind, but I didn't have any energy. I don't even know how to really explain it to you. I just didn't. Sorry. just so grateful. I'm so grateful. I'm just so grateful to still be here. So, join me tomorrow, 3 o'clock, and I'll put the details with the webinar link and everything like that. Peace, and I love you all, and I'll talk to you soon. If you have any questions, inbox me. Thank you. Let your friends know it's important. Let your family know it's important. Very important. Very important that you be on that webinar tomorrow. I can't lie to you, Tawana. Stay woke, people. Stay woke, Gani, Nicole. Whoever else is here. Who else is here? Shelly, Liz, Raheem, Abdul. Abdul Jabbar, really? Wow. I got to see you play some basketball. Liz, we're going to be talking some more American stuff too, declaring your nationality. What else? We're going to be talking about a lot of stuff. So changes are coming, and they're coming soon. Okay, order some N95 masks because you might not need them this round. You're going to need them the next round. Order everything that you can to protect yourself and your family. But most of all, it's a mental change and it's a spiritual change that you need to have right now. My people are destroyed by a lack of knowledge. And this is the time where we have to really pray, and be strong and listen, So that's all I got to say to you guys. I'm not even joking. It might look like the sky is blue and it's sunny, but we're dealing with some evil entities out here that have been planning population control, world government, one world government population control for years, and they do not care. They do not care about you and me. They don't care. And the first shocking thing that you learn is that this country, the United States of America, is not even a country that's based on the Constitution. It's a corporation, you see. So people who declare their nationality, who become state citizens, or through whatever process they use, they come out of that system. And I'm just giving you a little bit. Come out of the system. Come out of the system and stay woke. If you ain't woke, get woke. Yeah. I'm grateful to be alive, and I'm grateful you're all here. Tell your friends about it, and peace out.